Nostalgia. It's something you feel when you play a game from your childhood, or watch an old show, or go down the comment section of a Minecraft song from C418. Sometimes it gives you a warm, calm feeling when you didn't have responsibilities, and sometimes it makes you sad and remembers when things were just better. Fuck that, because today we're going to be talking about Hot Wheels! When you were a boy growing up, you usually liked one of the four things. Jets, dinosaurs, whatever the third thing was, I don't know, like a firefighter, and cars. Hot Wheels to be precise. I mean, come on, you didn't want to be the kid that grew up with the Matchbox cars. Those are fucking lame as hell. When I was a kid, I had hundreds of Hot Wheels cars and all kinds of different tracks, and would love to just set them up around the house and drive these little cars all around. And it was so fun to just set up like stunt tracks and have the cars do all these jumps and do loop-de-loops and all that fun shit. But as fun as that was, it never could stay up too long because, you know, your mom or your dad would trip over the cars and it would be a whole ordeal. So it was probably best to just keep it to video games. Thankfully, there were a plethora of Hot Wheels games, and the one we're going to be talking about today is Hot Wheels Stunt Track Driver. Now this game actually came with a Hot Wheels themed computer, which was super sick at the time. Now I know this computer is super freaking rare and you can't find it anywhere, and I'm sure like LGR and Linus Tech Tips have talked about it before. You know, you've heard about it. But yes, I actually did have this computer when I was a little kid. Here's a picture of me sitting on my computer playing something right now. So yeah, I did have this computer. But, you know, as we all know, that computer was absolute dog shit and it crashed at some point. So we threw it away. And I deeply regret doing that because that computer was fucking awesome. Anyways, yeah, I know this video is a little bit different than the Let's Plays and stuff we do on the Mikapara channel. And, you know, you should totally go watch all of those other videos. They're amazing. We're going to keep making more. But I need to talk about this game. It's such a big part of my childhood. And more people should know about this game, because I feel like everywhere I look, no one really knows that this game exists at all. So let's get into it. So yeah, first thing I always love to mention, holy shit, this kid is rich as hell. Either that or he stole his parents' credit card and went on fucking hotwheels.com and clicked buy all. And if that was the case, I'm sure he heard his parents fighting all night long. This was a dream I definitely had as a kid, to just have so many Hot Wheels tracks to set up at your own disposal. And the fact that this kid did this in, what, like 4.5 hours? Yeah, as we can see by the rest of the house, you know, this kid is definitely rich, and I'm still very surprised that he set up all of this in only about 4.5 hours. Like, that's fucking insane. Then after all of that, you get FNAF jump scared by all these Hot Wheel cars, and then the Hot Wheels logo, until we're finally at the title screen. As you can see here, there's definitely some Hot Wheels on the screen. You know, we got this car that's on fire, it looks like. There's a fucking volcano going off in the background. Well, it looks like we have 4 options we can choose from here. We have the championship mode, where you have to go through 6 tracks in order, and you have to beat them all in a certain amount of time to unlock the next one. We have the track builder mode, where you can build up to 4 custom little levels of your own. We have the normal mode, where you can just go in and have fun, and without any time limit or anything, you can do whatever the hell you want. And then we got this door over here if you want to leave the Hot Wheels dimension and go back to the normal world. But why the hell would you want to do that? I mean, this is fucking Hot Wheels. I mean, come on, you get to drive a Hot Wheels car around some kid's mansion. Like, I'm sure most of us nowadays can't even afford all of this, or even a house. So we might as well just enjoy the, like, perfect dream right here. Well, we might as well get into the gameplay now. It's rather simple. It's really just, you just drive cars around and you do cool stunts and whatnot. That's all that really is to it. You're just driving around some kid's house, just doing flips. And the flips you can do, there's so many flips and stunts you can do in this game. I mean, it's called Stunt Track Driver. You might as well be doing stunts in this game. You can do front flips, back flips, side flips, barrel rolls. You can do them all at once. It's fucking insane. And this is why I wanted to talk about this, because when you do those stunts, and if you manage to land your car, this happens. Holy crap, that is fucking satisfying. I don't know, it's probably nostalgia bias, but these sound effects when you land from doing like a million stunts are some of the most satisfying and euphoric sound effects I have ever heard. The fact that, you know, you do a bajillion flips, you land, your car is shooting lightning out, there's fireworks flying out of your car, it plays these little ding 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 sound effects. It's so worth it just to boot this game up again, just to hear all those sounds again. It's why at some point in my life I started taking these sound effects and just putting them in other games, because it was so satisfying for me to hear it. I just like had to mod it into everything I played. It's just something hearing about sound effects raising in pitch as you are doing something really well or progressively good. It's super satisfying to me. Anyways, to do this you actually need to land your car to hear all those wonderful sound effects, and that can be rather hard. Well, at least for me, I'm bad at video games, but this is also a FMV game, and you know, there's not actually like a real 3D track you're driving on here, it's just a movie playing in the background. I'm sorry to ruin the illusion for everyone here, but yeah, it can be a little finicky sometimes. You can even land your car backwards and drive in reverse with inverted controls, although that is very hard to do, and the next jump you find you should flip around. You can also land on your side if you do like a quarter of a barrel roll and just drive like that, although I think that's also really hard to do. Anyways, yeah, the more stunts you do, the more euphoric the sound effects are. Lightning shoots out of your car, and I think for every stunt that you do, a little explosion comes out of your car, and how many explosions and fireworks come out of your car equals the amount of points you got. Now if you finally manage to beat the level, you get to go to the stats screen where you can see how well you did. At the top we see your time, and if you get a well enough time, then you can get one of these medals at the bottom that will show up in the top right part of the screen. In the middle there's your stunts, and if you manage to get over 50 stunts in a run, this happens. So yeah, there's another satisfying part about this game that I love very much. And here at the bottom it shows how dog shit you are at the game by the amount of crashes you did. And again, this game can be very finicky, so you may crash a lot for no random fucking reason. I don't know, it also could be because I play with arrow keys. I know you can play with the mouse, but I just kind of suck at it. I know that's like how the pros do it apparently whenever I watched speedruns of this game, but I don't think I'm going to be that good, I'm sorry. You can also honk. It doesn't really do anything, but I mean, it's cool, I guess. And yeah, I mean, well, that's the majority of the game right there. I mean, there's tracks and cars, and that's cool, but I guess the real reason I wanted to talk about this was just so I could talk about these cool sound effects, or sound effects I think that are cool at least. Maybe I'm just obsessed with these sound effects, and that's the only part of my childhood that I cared about with this game. Let's face it, this is just a dumb FMV Hot Wheels game. It's not that great. No one really wants to play this nowadays. Like, when you're 5, it's great, but, you know, all the other kids I knew were playing like Mario Kart or Mario 64, and those games were fucking awesome. At least compared to this, you know. Actually, you know what? fuck that. You know, I hear so many people talking about how great Mario 64 is and how they grew up with this game. It was like the most perfect game at the time. It was a new thing. 3D games were new. But you know what? I think that's all nostalgia bias as well. I mean, I played Mario 64 a while ago, you know, because I didn't grow up with it. And you know what? I don't think it's as good as people say it is. You know, the camera's fucking terrible. I mean, just go play Mario Sunshine. I think that's a way better game. At least the camera fucking works. Okay, I'm sorry. We need to get back to Hot Wheels. You know what? Let's just move on to the cars. So when you start out the game, you have 3 cars to choose from. You have this like weird pickup tow truck thing. I don't know. I never used this car. I think this car is like the worst one. There's also this red car, which it looks pretty cool. You know, I think it drives very well, but it's not my favorite. Now the blue car. This one's probably my favorite one to pick out of all of these 3. Of course, there's other cars that you get to pick later, but for starting out, this is my favorite car to pick. There's 2 main ways to unlock all the rest of the cars in this game. One is by doing stunts, and the other one is by doing the championship mode. The first car you're usually going to unlock is this one. You unlock it by doing like a handful of flips or something like that. And you'll know when you unlock it when you land and you see this car fly into this tire for some reason. The next car you might unlock by doing stunts is this blackish red beefed up car. You can unlock it by doing a barrel roll and landing it perfectly. I don't know, it looks cool, but I don't really like to drive this one. It always likes to careen off to the side when you try to land it, so it can be kind of hard to use. If you manage to land your car on the side and drive it for a little bit, however, you can unlock this wagon car. This car is usually really good. I think this is the best car for doing flips. If you want to do like a million flips, this is the car to use. The last car you can unlock via stunts is this weird looking purple car. I actually forgot how to unlock this one when I was playing, and I thought you had to do like a million stunts. So there were a few runs where I did like so many stunts in one run. I was like, how the hell did I not unlock this car? But no, actually all you have to do is just do a handful of barrel rolls and land your car perfectly, and then you unlock this car. This is a really goofy looking car, and this is usually the last one I unlock because I forget how to get it, but yeah, it looks like it has average stats. For the other cars, you have to unlock them by playing through the championship mode. The first car is this hot rod looking car, which you can unlock by beating the living room level. This car's pretty cool. It's really good at going fast, but you can't turn or do flips very well in it. Same kind of goes for the next car. If you beat the bedroom level, you get this beefed up purple car, and again, it seems like it's really fast, but bad at everything else. If you beat the next level, which is the first secret level, the atrium, you get to unlock this even better blue car, which, in my opinion, is my favorite car. It goes pretty fast, you can do stunts really well, it turns pretty good. I think it has better stats than the normal blue car, so overall just a better car in general. Whenever I'm doing the championship mode, I always just use this car because it's the best one to use in my opinion. If you beat the basement level, you unlock this blue supercar, which kind of looks like the first blue car you get by doing the stunts, but this one's pretty good. And finally, the last car you can unlock is this golden car. It has most of the best stats, and you unlock it by beating the sandbox level. While this car can turn very well, I usually prefer the blue car because it can do a lot more stunts, and that's kind of how you go faster in this game, by doing stunts. Alright, well finally, let's get on to the stages. There are 6 different stages in this game. There's 2 that are locked, and 4 that you can play right off the bat. The first one you usually play, and the first one that I'm going to be going over, is the living room level. The icon is this fish in a fishbowl, but you really don't see this at all during the level. You see this at one part. Like, I don't know, I think they could have chose something different for this, but whatever, that's just me. One of the first things you'll notice about this level, besides this being a pretty big fucking house, is that they own a lot of pets. This cat keeps getting in the way. This dog is trying to like fuck up the track. You know, there's that fish again that you don't really see. You know, I don't know what they were doing by buying a dog and a cat. Like, usually that just ends up wrong. Like, every time I hear about a person owning a dog and a cat, they always get in fights. So, why? But yeah, this is the most like standard track I could see like myself building, you know, just doing it in the living room, like on the floor, like setting up little ornaments or having the car fly down the stairs. I know this level has a really finicky bump right here after the loop-de-loop thing. If you don't like jerk your car at the right moment at the end, you'll just always crash. It's kind of stupid, but that's just how it is. In this part by the stairs, you can do so many flips here. So if you want a like easy part to do a million flips, this is one of the best spots to do it in the game. And finally, after going through the whole living room, you end by smashing your car into the fucking TV. That's 4 hours down the drain, you know, building this cool ass Hot Wheel track around the whole house for your parents to come home, see that you broke their goddamn TV, and then they send the tracks all back home, and then probably fight about it again. Anyways, I know this isn't the first level, but to me this is always kind of like the first level to me. It really ropes you into the game. You know, this soundtrack is fucking amazing. You know, I remember I used to listen to this going home from work. And yeah, every level ends with your car like doing some stupid fucking thing by like flying off the track or whatever. And yeah, these parents seem rich. I'm sure they won't care about the TV. They'll just fucking buy a new one and it'll be whoopsie daisy. Here you go, kid. Just smash another one of our TVs for fun. Anyways, the next one I'm going to go on to is the bedroom level. This level's alright. That's it. I mean, it's cool. This kid has a whole Hot Wheels themed bedroom, so, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, he's super into it. And I like the train track going around, and, you know, when you get to, like, bounce on the bed, and you go, the crane is dropping cars onto the track. And yeah, I can never land that stunt with the bed. I've managed to do it a couple times, but it always flips you in such a weird way where I just always crash there. But yeah, you end this level by flying off into a trash can, because this level is trash. The next level I'm going to talk about is the basement. The basement is not really my favorite level. It's really quick, there's not too many stunts you can do, and I always kind of sucked at this level as a kid, so I guess it probably didn't leave the best memories in my head. But yeah, the cat is back, they're chasing rats, there's a statue of armor. Wait, what? Why the hell do they have this? Why is this in their basement? Like, I get this is an unfinished basement. I guess they just bought this house, you know, there's paint cans laying around. But what the fuck is this armor stand doing here? This was like a donation from like their family that lived in like medieval Europe or something. What the hell's going on here? Anyways, yeah, you end this level by flying out the window. It's gonna suck to find that car later. Who knows? It's probably buried in the grass somewhere now. This level's probably my favorite one though. It's the backyard level. The soundtrack goes really hard. You know, you can do probably the most stunts in this level. There's a few jumps here where you can do an outrageous amount of stunts. You know, again, there's that dog and there's the cat sitting up there for some reason. So something I should mention, holy shit, this kid built some insane fucking sandcastle. Like, I'm surprised that this car zipping around the track didn't just dismantle the whole castle at some point. And also, is that blimps in the background? Like, is today like International Hot Wheels Day? This kid's playing on the cars? Or did these parents and this kid buy these hot air balloons as well? Either way, this is probably hands down one of my favorite levels. This level's awesome. Just, if you ever do play this game, I'd recommend playing this one first. So the next two you unlock by doing the championship mode. The first one we're going to talk about is the atrium. I also think the vibe of this level is super cool. The music's pretty sick. You know, you're driving around this greenhouse, around these plants and whatnot. You can't do an outrageous amount of stunts here, but you can do it enough where you're fast enough to go through the level, and it's still a pretty fun experience. And here at the end of the level, you go through the volcano, which apparently explodes as we see in the credits. But yeah, you get eaten by a Venus flytrap. Or probably kill the Venus flytrap, because I don't think a Venus flytrap would eat a Hot Wheels car. You probably just killed the Venus flytrap. Anyways, we're going on to the last level, which is the game room. This level is probably like my most hated level. I think it's the fact that it's the last level you have to unlock in the championship, and you don't get much time to beat it. If you crash once during this level, you have to restart the championship all over again just to play this level and probably lose again. I mean, it looks cool, right? You know, the song's pretty cool too. You know, it'd be awesome to have a game room like this and then build a Hot Wheel track in it. Like, that'd be awesome. but like, you know, I don't know, I kind of hate this level. And you know, when you're done, you smash into this pair of cards right here. Yeah, I completely forgot to mention, but yeah, on the sandbox level, you fly into a bucket of sand. I mean, I don't know if it's really important mentioning, it's just fly into a bucket of sand, but I mentioned it for all the other ones, so yeah, there you go. And yeah, that's all of the stages. Or is it? Now, if you beat all of the stages in the game in the championship mode, and you go to the T in the Mattel logo in the level select screen and right click it, you get this level. You'll know if it worked if the music changes to this cool like synthwave song. And yeah, this level's pretty cool, especially for a secret level, which I don't know how the hell anyone found out about. You drive through this like wireframe, like vaporwave type level where there's just random assets placed everywhere, and it just kind of looks like, yeah, the developers just had fun with this one. Also, right here probably has one of the biggest jumps in the game, and I did like, something like 50 stunts here on this one jump. So yeah, you go through all kinds of crazy shit in this level, and when you end, you crash through a wall or something here. I don't know. But yeah, that's it with all the levels. Now technically, there's infinite levels in this game with the level editor. Here you can make whatever the hell track you want. Now, you only have a few preset like options to choose from to make your level, and you know, it's in a garage, which is a pretty cool concept, but you know, you have to turn every once in a while to like fit the level in. For all I know, there's an unlimited amount of track you can place in this level, and you can just keep going forever, but the level's kind of bland. Song's cool, but like, it's not really that engaging. It's dark, you know, you can only see like 5 feet in front of you, you know, so it's kind of cool for the time, but it's something that you maybe come back to once or twice when you play this, and not really again. But yeah, that's really it. This game's, it's just nostalgia to me. There's not really much else you can do in this game, you know. You'll play it for like a couple hours at most, and you'll put it away again for, you know, another 5 years until maybe you find it again, boot it up, and repeat. You know, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's nostalgia. It makes you feel comfy inside and reminds you of a much more simpler time when, you know, maybe one of the biggest, you know, problems you would have had to think about was going to school or something like that, getting your homework done. But alas, you know, this game was my childhood, and when I think about my childhood in particular, there's so many weird, off and wacky games that I played, and it seems like, you know, when I look around and look at what other people played as kids and my friends, you know, I didn't really get to play too many popular games. I didn't play Mario games until I was like 8 or something like that. So when I think about like games I played when I was really young, stuff like this, you know, they might not be the best games in the world, you know. I don't think anyone else would like come back to me and be like, wow, I want to play Hot Wheels Stunt Track Driver, but I don't know. I think it was worthwhile to talk about, at least to me, and I hope one day, you know, someone can come across this channel, find this video, and share it with other people, and maybe we can get this game to have a little bit more recognition. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like this style of content. I'd love to do more reviews of old games I've played. And until next time, this is Pakoo, and I'll see you later.